श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे. So we were seeing the Katha Upanishad Shruti, different statements, mantras from Katha Upanishad. Now he goes to the next Upanishad, Bradharnik Upanishad. Okay. ब्रह्मवायुदमग्र आसीत् एकमेव तत् एकं सन्न अभवत्. ब्रह्मवा इदमग्र आसीत् एकमेव तद् एकं सन् न व्यभवत्. ब्रह्मवा इदमग्र आसीत्, Brahman, the self alone existed idam agra, before this. This means whatever you perceive, this world, before the creation of this world. Agra means before the creation, before the creation, whatever you perceive, this world, before the creation of this perceived world, Brahman alone remained. Ekameva tad, and that is one, non-dual. Ekam sat, being one non-dual, na vyabhavat, it didn't become plural, it didn't become multiple. That is an idea, or it is seen as a dual. That's all. नान्यतो अस्ति द्रष्टा. Same Bradharnik Upanishad. नान्यतो अस्ति द्रष्टा न अन्यतः अस्ति द्रष्टा. There is no other seer than this. The only seer is Brahman. Okay. When you are asked who is the seer, the eyes are the seer. When you ask who is the seer, the mind sees the eyes. The mind is the seer. Who is the seer? The intellect sees the mind. Therefore, the intellect is the seer. Who is the seer? The intellect. Existence of intellect and absence of it is seen by the self. Therefore, the self is the seer. Okay. So there is no other seer other than the self. Ityadi Bradharnika. These are the statements from Bradharnika which says there is only one non-dual self. There is nothing other than. We said, sa aikshata, it saw, eko aham bahusyam, I am one non-dual, let me be multiple plural. That seer is this one seer, non-dual seer. Okay. Anejad ekam manaso javiyah naina deva apman purvamarshata. Ishavasya Upanishad is bringing. Anejat ekam manasah javiyah na enad devaha apnuman purvamarshata. Unaged, aged company is the root word. Aged company, to tremble, to shiver, meaning to undergo transformation. This does not undergo, unaged, this does not undergo transformation. Ekam, one non-dual. Manasaha javiya is faster than the mind. Javiya means faster, faster than the mind. How is it faster? See, when you think of moon, the mind is already in moon. Mind has grasped the moon. So that is the speed of mind. But this self is faster than the mind because the moon exists. The self has to go there before to create the existence of the moon for the mind to grasp. Okay. So it is already there before the mind. A. B. Javiyana enadu devaha apnuvan. So therefore the mind cannot grasp. It is before the mind, therefore the mind cannot grasp. Devaha na apnuvan. The deities. Deva is not deities here. The sense organs. The sense organs also do not grasp it. Na apnuvan. Do not grasp it. The mind does not grasp it. Mano vacho agocharam. It is beyond the scope of mind and these sense organs. Speech means sense organs. So it is beyond this grasp of mind and sense organs. Why? Because it is before, even before it exists. These things go to grasp it. It is before that. Puru Marshat, it exists before that. It exists. Puru Marshat means it exists before that. Exists before that means what? Again, see, there are two ways to drive a cart, the bullock cart, the horse or bullock or whatever. So you have to beat it. That is one way. There is another way which is to show some grass, to tie a grass in front of it, and this fellow will be trying to grasp it, and it's going to move further. Okay. So similarly, this they say this cat and stick system. So this is carrot and stick, right? So carrot, this is carrot, which is the self goes before, even before this mind and your sense organs reach there. Yaspin sarvani bhutani. Again, another Upanishad, another Ishavasya Upanishad statement. Very good mantra. Yaspin sarvani bhutani atmeva bhut vijanatah tatra ko moha kashokah ekatvam anupashyatah. Yaspin sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut vijanatah tatra ko moha kashokah ekatvam anupashyatah. Yasmin, in which, seventh case, in which means in which Atma Swarupa Ishavasimidam Sarvam. That's how the Upanishad starts. So in Ishvara Swarupa, Ishen Achaditam Idam Sarvam. Everything is engulfed by Ishvara. Okay, means everything is engulfed by Ishvara means the Ishvara is the substratum for everything. So he says Yasmin, in which Ishvara Sarvani Bhutani, all the beings, all the imagined beings, they don't have real existence. All these superimposed existence, in whom, for whom, Atma eva bhut vijanatah, one who understands it to be Atma eva, his self alone. One who understands here, vijanatah, not janatah, vijanatah, visheshena janatah means aparoksha jnana, not paroksha jnana, not immediate knowledge, immediate knowledge. One who has gained it as immediate knowledge or immediate experience, for him, tatra ko moha, where is moha? Delusion. Delusion is the avarana shakti of ajnana, ignorance. First, there are two powers of ignorance, we know, right? Avarana and vikshepa. Avarana means wheeling power. So, ko moha, where is delusion? Where is the wheeling? And ko shoka, where is the vikshepa? Shoka is vikshepa, trouble, pain. So, where is the pain? So, there is no avarana shakti, there is no vikshepa shakti, because ignorance itself does not exist. He does not see anything different from himself. So, there, where is the delusion or ignorance? The delusion or the sorrow. We say, Dvitiya bhayam bhavati, only when there is duality, there is fear. We say, only when there is duality, there is fear. What is fear? Fear is the cause for sorrow. Right? Fear, sorrow, all different kinds of emotions. So where is the emotion possible? Ekatvam anupashyata, for one who sees everything as a one non-dual self, not different from himself. Okay? That iti Ishavasya. That is what is Ishavasya Upanishad. Now he is bringing Aitreya Upanishad, Rigveda. Sarvesham bhutanam antaraha purushah sama atma iti vidyat. Sarvesham bhutanam antaraha purushah me atma iti vidyat. Sarvesham bhutanam, for all the beings, the superimposed beings, existence, antaraha, inside, as the inner self, indwelling self, purushaha, this purusha exists. Purusha means being. Purusha means the self. Purusha, why purusha is self? Because puri shayanadva purnadva purusha. That is how we expand it. Puri shayanad, because it exists in the limiting agents, the embodiments, or purnata, because it is all pervading. Therefore, it is called as purusha. The self is called as purusha. Okay, so purusha sama atma iti. Same atma, understand it to be my own inherent nature, myself. Or sama atma iti, one non-dual self. Sama can be sama or same, my. Me means mine. Okay, my atma iti vidyat. Know that to be your own self, that purusha to be your own self, not different from yourself. Meaning, it does not have any, sama means it does not have any attributes. Without any attributes, without any duality, it is your own inherent nature. Understand it to be so. Atma va idam eka eva grasit nanyat kinchana mishat. Atma va idam ekra eva agra asit. Atma alone existed. Atma vai, definitely. Va means here not option. Why? Definitely. Atma alone, idam eka, idam, whatever you perceive this word, eka, as one non-dual, agra, before asit existed. Eka, by eka, the word eka, swagata bheda is removed. By eva, the sajatiya bheda is removed, and nanyat, vijatiya bheda is removed. Okay, kinchana mishat, there is no other duality. Only atma alone existed. Then he goes on to the next statement from the Rig Veda, Ekam Sat Vipra Vaudha Vadanti. This is a very oft quoted statement by many people and a most distorted statement. Meaning of this is most distorted. He says, Ekam Sat Vipraha Vaudha Vadanti. Ekam Sat. Truth is one. Sat, existence. Existence is one. Ekam. Vipraha, the knowers. Baudha Vadanti. Explained to be multiple, different. Explained it differently. Bahuda means different types, in different types. Meaning, Sankhya fellows say self is something, Yoga fellows say something, self is something, the Buddhists say self is something, the Vedantis say self is something. No, that is not what is said here. Ekam Sat, the self is one. Vipraha, the knowers, Bahudha, in different types, Kalpayanti Vadanti. Vadanti means they superimpose. Here they don't, it is not, they say, they superimpose as plural. Why do they have to superimpose? Who are we talking about? Vipraha. Vipraha means the knowledgeable ones. They are superimposing to make you believe that they understand your problem. Otherwise, you won't listen to them. Yes, there is duality. Yes, I understand your problem. The creation is painful. The samsara is painful. Let me explain the method for samsara. Therefore, they are reiterating whatever you accepted. That's all. They are not establishing it. They are reiterating whatever you accepted. So, then next, Ekam Santam Bahuda Kalpayanti. Very beautiful. It is making it, the previous statement, absolutely clear. Ekam Santam Bahuda Kalpayanti. Ekam Santam. Existence is one. Being one. Ekam Santam. Being one, non-dual. Bahudha. Bahuprakarena. In different ways, in different types, in different kinds. Kalpayanti. Imagine. So, Vadanti earlier, here Kalpayanti. Ekam Sat, Ekam Santam. Only the suffix differs. Vipraha, you can add here also. Who says, who imagines? Vipraha. Bahuda, Kalpayanti, Vadanti. That's the only difference. Okay? It makes this statement very clear. We have to understand, because all the idiots who misunderstand this statement, Ekam Sat Vipraha, Bahuda, Vadanti, they misunderstand this statement and try to include every other philosophy and religion into one. This is wrong, absolutely wrong. They imagine, they superimpose for the sake of the disciples. That is the idea here. Okay? Eko vimame tribhir it padevihi. Ekaha vimame tribhihi it padevihi. He says, Ekaha. Ekaha, being one non-dual self. Bhimame, mang mani is the root word. To measure means to limit. Measuring is limiting, right? So, paricheda, the limitations. So, bhimame, it limited. In what ways? Tribihi, iva, padebihi. It padebihi means iva pave. As though it limited all this creation in 3 states. 3 states means the waking, dream, and deep sleep, or the 3 worlds, the Bhur Bhuva Swaha, this world, the atmosphere, and the heaven. So in this 3 ways, in different or whatever, or the knower, knowing, and the knowledge, the object of knowledge, in any which way, all the triputis, all the trinities are accepted here. So being one, it is superimposed in these 3 ways. Eko dadhara bhavanani vishvaha. Ekaha vishva bhavanani dadhara. Ekaha, one non-dual self. Dadhara, dhrudharani, it held. It became substratum for what? Vishva, the whole creation. The one self became the substratum held on to the whole creation. It became the substratum base for the whole creation. Okay? Ekaha eva agnir bahudha samnidhaha. One non-dual self. Eka eva agnihi. One non-dual fire. Fire is self here. Bahudha samidhaha. In different types, it is a samidhaha, lighted properly. burning properly. Samyak iddaha samiddaha, burning properly in different places. Means in different embodiments, it is seen in different existence. Every being is seen as existence, right? Samiddaha. That is what is samiddaha. It shines in different embodiments. Iti Rigveda. In this way, the Rigveda establishes the non-duality. Then he brings in Chandogya Upanishad. Iti Chandogya. Sadeva Saumya idam agra asit ekameva dvitiyam. Sadeva Saumya idam agra asit ekameva dvitiyam. The mantra Brahmava idam agra asit, Atmava idam agra asit. In today's quotes, we saw this Brahmava idam agra asit, Atmava idam agra asit. Here is a Sadeva idam agra asit. Brahma, Atma, Sad, they are not different. But why the Shruti says, hey Soumya, oh dear, Sad only exists. Why it has to say that? Because the Saugadas, the Buddhists, they accept that the void, non-existence, absence is the cause for the creations. So, to negate them, wait, why does Shruti negate them? Vedas came before and the Buddhists came later, right? Or is it written after the Buddhist? No. Vedas are the epitome of knowledge, the knowledge encyclopedia or the knowledge repository. So, whatever it is Trigalagnya, it knows all the three states. And moreover, history repeats itself. It is not this creation alone. Every creation, these kind of things come again and again. People who say the void is the truth, they come again and again. So, to negate them, Shruti very clearly says, Sadeva idam agrasi. Only Sat existed. Agra, before this creation. As one non-dual. Ekam eva advitiyam. Again, Ekam, Swagata Bheda, Eva, Sajatiya Bheda, Advitiyam, Vijatiya Bheda. So, all the three dualities are negated. Okay? Limitations are negated. Sarvabhuta Sthitam. Now he is bringing, after explaining the different Upanishads, different Vedas, quotes from different Vedas, Shruti, now he is entering into Smriti. And in Smriti, though there are other Vishnu Purana, etc., he is going to quote, but the main Smriti is Bhagavad Gita, so he is taking that. Sarvabhuta Sthitam yo mam bhajatyekattam astitaha sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. 6th 31. Okay, 6th chapter 31. Sarvabhuta Sthitam yo mam bhajati ekattam astitaha sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Sarvabhuta Sthitam, in all the beings. Bhuta means all the beings. Sthitam, existing. One who exists in all the beings as their indwelling self or as their jiva, as jiva. Yo mam bhajati, one who worships me, one who understands me as non-dual. Astitaha, ekattam astitaha, as one non-dual self. So here, Sarvabhuta Sthitam yo mam. Mam means me. Me means Ishvara, the Tat Padartha, the Tat Padartha Lakshya. And Bhajati ekattam astitaha, here it is Tvam Padartha, Tvam Padartha Lakshya. So Tat Tvam ekattam astitaha Asipada. So one who sees Yaha means the Tat Tvam Pada, Mam means the Tat Pada. So Tam Tad Tvam Asi. Ekattam astitaha. So, one who sees the Ishvara and Jiva as a non-dual. How can Ishvara and Jiva be non-dual? The substratum for Ishvara and Jiva, leaving the embodiments, the substratum for the Jiva and Ishvara is same. Like the pot space and the room space, the space inside pot, inside and outside of pot, and the space inside and outside of room is one and the same if you leave the embodiments of pot and room. Similarly, the consciousness in the Jiva and in the Ishvara is same if you leave the embodiments of Jiva and Ishvara. So, one who understands this as a Ekattamastira means one who is established as a I am the self, Aham Brahmasmi. What happens to him? What happens to him? So he says, Sarvatha Vartamanopi, any which way, Vartamanopi, he may exist. He may be in any which way, does not really matter. He can do anything. That's the idea. Sarvatha Vartamano means He can do anything. He can do anything means he can perform a punya act or papa act, or he can do whatever is prescribed in the Vedas, or he can do whatever is prohibited in the Vedas, or he can be aloof, doesn't care about what Vedas say. Any which way, does not really matter. Sa yogi mai vartate. That jnani, yogi here is jnani. That jnani is established in me, the self. There can be no one who can prevent him from gaining the knowledge. With respect to this, Sureshwaracharya Bhagavan in his Naishkarma Siddhi makes it very clear. See, who is a jnani? One who was a jnani before, that we all know, right? True. Who is a jnani basically? Who was a sadhaka earlier, who tried to understand the knowledge, right? So who is a sadhaka? Who is a seeker? Seeker is one who has the pre-qualifications, the prerequisites. What are the prerequisites? Veka Vairagya, Shamadhi Shakta Sampatti, and Mokshatva. Shamadhi Shakta Sampatti, what is Shamadhi Shakta Sampatti? Shama, Dama, etc. Okay. Shama, what is Shama? Controlling the mind. Dama, controlling the sense organs. So, controlling the mind and controlling sense organs, he has been practicing for not just this life, he has been practicing for many lives before gaining the knowledge, right? We have been practicing for many lives. So, what happens is, it becomes your not second nature, your inherent nature. And for Jnani, it becomes his nature. So, he does not need to do anything to control his mind. Controlling the mind has become his nature. There is no mind actually for him. That's a different story. But the idea is, it has become a nature. So, he cannot do anything wrong. To establish this point, Sureshwaracharya Bhagavan says there in Naishkarma Siddhi, a dog can vomit and eat the same vomited food. But this fellow, this jnani, has vomited the creation. How can he take it back? No intelligent person can do it. So he won't take it back. That's the idea there. Okay. And he is bringing, the commentator brings, Taraka Brahman brings Upanishad, Varanika Upanishad. Tasya na vedascha na bhutya ishate atma hi esham sa bhavati. Tasya, for this person, because he is doing some wrong act, because of prarabdha or whatever, let us say. So he is doing something which is prohibited, which is papa. Even then, devaha, the gods, the demigods, na abhutya ishate, they cannot taint him with a sin, meaning they cannot bring an obstacle for his knowledge, because Atma hi esham sa bhavati. All these deities are his own self. They are not different from his self. So how can they, the self, present an obstacle for him, the self? Okay, the self cannot be obstacle for the self. So this is a statement. Sarvata, by saying Sarvata, the Smriti glorifies the knowledge. This is the greatness of knowledge. Understand that. That's the idea. Okay. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuchi Shuni Chaivatsvapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. Again, 5th chapter, 18th shloka, beautiful shloka. He says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi Hastini, Shunicha Shvapakecha Panditaha Samadarshina. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Vidya means knowledge, Brahma Jnana, Brahma Vidya. Vinaya means humble, humility, means devoid of ego. A person who has gained the knowledge is devoid of ego. So Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Jnani. Brahmane. Brahmin means a person who has a more sattvic karma, right? So with more sattvic karma, that is, they use the Brahmins, they have sattvic karma, more sattvic karma, therefore they are brainy, but they, instead of using it for knowing the self, they use it for the worldly things. Okay, so Brahmane. Gavi, cow is it's not sattvic, it is sattvic associated rajasic karma. Rasik. Hastini. Elephant is a tamoguna associated, it doesn't move, it stays still. Tamoguna associated Rajasic karma. Okay, Rajasic guna. And Shuni means dog. Tamoguna. Shopakecha tamoguna. Shopake means a dog eater. So Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Pandits, the knowledgeable ones, they see equanimity in all of them. They don't see Samadarshana means Ekatva Darshana. They don't see them to be multiple, plural, different. They see them to be the self alone. To establish this, we saw example, the sun does not differentiate between the Ganges and Gutter. It shines same for both. Similarly, this fellow also sees self in everyone, not different from himself. Aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashe sthitah aham adishcha madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. Aham atma he gudakesha sarvabhuta ashe sthitah aham adishcha madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. He gudakesha. Gudakesha means Buddha indriya. Kesha means one who has controlled. One who has controlled the sense organs. Jitendriya we call it. One who has controlled the sense organs. Aham atma. Hey Gudakesha. By calling him, hey, one who has controlled the sense organ, he clearly mentions, reminds Arjuna that you are eligible for the knowledge. You have already controlled the sense organs. You are eligible for the knowledge. Go. He's prodding him to understand the truth. Aham atma. What no truth? Aham atma sarvabhutashistha. Aham atma, I, the self, is one sarvabhutashaya. In all the beings in their heart cave, I am the one who exists as the indwelling self or the jiva. Aham adishcha madhyam cha anta eva cha. I am the beginning, the cause for everything. I am the middle, that in which everything exists. I am the end, in which everything merges. So I am the self, which is the cause, sustenance, and the place of delusion. Okay, the dissolution. Okay, evacha. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.